All right, Shalom. First up, Sabbath, all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash, that my honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. As you can see, Florida deputy charged in after man set on fire with stun gun. Right, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this video and then ask the precepts.
This helicopter video from Osceola County Sheriff's Office shows people on dirt bikes popping wheelies and riding around cars. Deputies say one of them pulled out a gun. All of this happened February of last year. Officials say 26-year-old Gian Barreto was among the bikers. He's accused of running red lights. Deputies tried to arrest him when they caught him at the Wawa on South John Young in Orange County. The state attorney's office says Deputy David Crawford struggled with Barreto and tased him. Barreto was covered in gasoline, and that led to a fiery explosion.
They turned him into a fireball, and there's no justification for that.
Attorney Mark James represents Barreto.
As of 6 months ago, he had over $7 million in medical expenses. He's been released for a few months now, but I mean, his care is constant. You know, he has third-degree burns over 70% of his body.
On Thursday, State Attorney Monique Worrell filed a culpable negligence with personal injury charge against Deputy Crawford. In a statement, Osceola County Sheriff's Office said in part, quote, "We investigated this case and sent our findings to the State Attorney's Office to review. We'll let the criminal justice system determine if Deputy Crawford did a criminal act." In a press conference last year, the sheriff said it was against department policy to use a taser around flammable substances.
Mr. Barreto is not about vengeance. We're not about vengeance. We just want the law obeyed, and law enforcement's not above the law. They are supposed to be the great protectors, not the great igniters. And that's what they did. They set this young man afire when they didn't need to.
James and Barreto plan to file a lawsuit next month.
Everybody responsible will be brought into the case.
Tonight, Rodriguez, Watch 2 News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
Right, so as you can see, it looked like this was set up. You know, it's a lot of witchcraft going in with a lot of the judgment that's going out. You know, the lawyer had his symbol up, and then the police officer just bluntly disregarded policy around hazardous fuel, etc. So, but nonetheless, this is judgment. How about Shemal Shai? When you're dealing with police officers, Matthew 5:25, agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him. When you're dealing with these officers and they ask for your ID, whatever the case may be, man, especially in traffic, to get the situation over with, you just give me your ID, because us being men of the Lord, we Satan fuck with us a whole lot more than the individual. One, two, we supposed to be on point anyway, having our records clean and stuff of that nature. So, Matthew chapter 5, verse 25, agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, meaning you don't have to argue back and forth with this officer. You go ahead and get what's supposed to be done out of the way, and then the Lord so happen to give you some cash, whatever the case may be, you can take it to court. Get you a lawyer, handle the situation in court. Me and my own personal experiences, I used to take a lot of stuff to court. Just pay the lawyer, take it to court, because I personally don't want nothing on my record. Because the society is going off of that. Anything, especially as being Israelites, you don't want nothing. I don't want nothing on my record that they can use against me for me getting a job. You know, uh, uh, having stuff on your record makes you a target in the society. People look down on you, even if you want, even if the police officers did lie on you, or whatever the case may be. That's why I don't have. That's why I try to things that's on my record. I try to keep my record clean. And if y'all right desire give me enough money, I get my record expunged and whatnot. Just to be on point in this society that's coming down, because it's coming down on everybody. Everybody got an attitude. Police contact with people has been crazy. people getting killed by police officers, people killing police officers. So you just want to be on point. Because scriptures say, as a roaring lion, he seeketh whom he may devour. Damn, so I can bear with me. This First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It says, "Be sober." Right, so be of a sound mind out here, man. Don't be drunken with the philosophies of this world. Be vigilant. Be paying attention. One of the philosophies of this world. You see, Jake, every time they get in an encounter with the police, they always resisting and want to run or want to fight and all that. Even if they haven't done anything, they still do that stupid ass shit, man. That's not being sober minded. It says be vigilant. So you're supposed to be watching and paying attention to everything that's going on, man. Especially when you go on right past police, gauge their spirit, see what they spirit saying and what they own and whatnot. That way you know how to move better. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right. So the spiritual demon Satan will jump on these people, in particular these cops, to what do you call it? Mess with you. So, you got to be on point, know the law and stuff, whatnot, so you can speak intelligent if you do need to speak to them. Verse 9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world, right? So we all going through the same thing now. But we all being taught the same thing on how to avoid situations of this caliber. So, you got to take heed or end up in a situation that you not supposed to be in from the get go, you know. But this back at Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, right? Because these police officers really are not your friends. Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, you gotta go to court, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. You go to jail for not being able to pay a ticket or for doing something that they or doing. I'm saying you did something, you didn't do it, and you get cast into prison, stuff of that nature, man. It says, verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. You know how you got to post bail or pay off tickets and stuff of that nature. All right. This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right. So we know that we live in, and this is part of being sober minded. We know that we live in a time of judgment, and this harsh judgment is going out, and this in particular is one of them cases of a harsh judgment. Um, it's the spirit created for vengeance. Fire, see, and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. So the Lord is using these spirits, which are the angels, uh, carrying out judgments to punish the wicked. That's why we do the work. That's why we put up the videos and give our diligence so that we won't be a part of that number of being classified as the wicked. It says, because all they got coming is destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Right, so it's gonna get done. It's like a hit from the mob. Uh, when the Lord sanctions something to happen to you, it gets done. So let me see. Okay, that's cool, man. With that being said, hold on, I think I had one more slot here. Bring this precept out a little more because we get coming into that time of the MOTB. Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Right, man. So you have to be subject to this government. You have to follow the laws of this government because they were ordained by Yahweh by Shemal Shai. So you won't end up a casualty or locked up and not being able to do the ministry. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power means to fight against the power. Just picking up arms to try to take Esau down because you know the truth now, or all this death that's happening in the black Latin Native American community because of the police force, and you learn that they poisoning us and all that extra stuff. You can't try to pick up no weapon to fight against this man and his system, even though everything is institutionalized racism, stuff like that, because it was all ordained by Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. Esau is the Lord swore, and I'm gonna get that. Romans 13:2. Whosoever therefore resisteth to fight against the power, resisteth the ordinance, the law of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. So, you will receive to yourself, you will be condemned. Verse 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Right. So if you ain't out here doing nothing, man, ain't nothing gonna come to you. Uh, you know, in the manner that overthrow you, unless it's time for the word to wrap up, or just a test. Because we still get tested. That's why you got to be on point. You got to know the law. You got to know how to talk and deal with people. But Romans 13 and 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works. So they're not just gonna come and pick on you. We got the Lord on our side, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Right, man. Now, I mentioned the MOTB, the mark of the beast. When they start to push out the MOTB, you don't take it. You don't fall into that programming of that mind control. Like it's going like you taking MOTB gonna save you when the Lord said don't take it or He gonna destroy you. So you just gotta be of the elect ultimately, because even if you don't take it, if you're not of the elect, it ain't gonna mean that. But let me see. I think it's Psalms chapter 13 or chapter 17. 17, 13. This is Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is Esau, which is thy sword. So the Lord uses this devil to take care of business, to keep Jake in line, or to put them to death. It says, "From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world which have their portion in this life," right there, at least got their portion in this life, "and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children and leave the rest of their substance to their babes," right? So the elites pass their wealth down. It's called generational wealth, something that Jacob just now starting to pick up on these last couple years, man. These devils have always been doing it. This society, this world was given to them from the get go for them to do this, and live it up. Our world is coming next, but you still have to be mindful of the Lord setting them in this position, and we have to obey their laws. And the Lord is using them to carry out judgments on Israelites that don't want to adhere to what He got to say. So, with that being said, call law Yahweh Shemel Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.